Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. The sun had barely risen, casting a pale glow through the sheer curtains of our bedroom when the door burst open. I jolted awake to see my wife, Marianne, storming in, her face flushed with anger, a crumpled photograph in her hand. "Explain this, Mark." Her voice cut through the morning silence like a knife. I blinked, confused and still half asleep. "What's going on?" She threw the photograph at me. It fluttered like a leaf caught in a storm before landing on the bed. It was a picture of me, in what looked like a passionate kiss with another woman. The setting was unmistakably my office. My heart skipped a beat, not out of guilt, but sheer bewilderment. "You cheated on me, Mark. And I'm going to make sure you pay for it." Marianne's voice was shrill, edged with betrayal. I picked up the photo, studying it. The woman was unfamiliar, her back to the camera, but the man, me, was clearly in view. Except, it couldn't be. I had no memory of this. "Marianne, I swear, I don't know who this woman is. This isn't real. Save it, Mark. I've already filed for divorce." "I'll take everything you have," she hissed, her eyes cold and determined. I stood up, the photograph still in hand. "We can sort this out. There's been a mistake. No more lies." Cutting me off, she turned on her heel and left, leaving a chilly silence in her wake. I sat back down, numb. How could this have happened? I scanned my brain for any clue of infidelity but came up blank. Then it hit me, 2 days ago, the long hours at the office, the strong coffee Rick had brought me, and then nothing. A void in my memory. Rick, my business partner and a friend since college, had been acting strangely recently, more distant, more secretive. And now, with my wife filing for divorce and this photograph, the pieces of a sinister puzzle were beginning to click into place. Determined to uncover the truth, I called Rick. The phone rang, and rang, and rang. Finally, he picked up. "Mark, buddy, what's up?" His voice was too casual, too cheerful. "Rick, were you at my office 2 days ago?" A pause, then, "Yeah, had to discuss those contracts, remember?" "I don't, Rick. I don't remember anything after the coffee. And now, Marianne has a photograph of me with another woman. What aren't you telling me?" Another pause, longer this time. "Look, man, you were pretty out of it. Maybe you did something and don't remember." I clenched my fist, anger rising. "I think you know exactly what happened. And I'm going to find out." The line went dead. Rick had hung up. Sitting alone in the now too quiet bedroom, I realized my next steps were crucial. I couldn't confront Marianne or Rick, not yet. I needed proof, undeniable evidence of their betrayal. And so, with a heavy heart but a resolve as sharp as a blade, I began to plan. I would uncover their lies, expose their deceit, and reclaim my life. They had orchestrated my downfall, but I would write the final act. As the morning sun climbs higher, I know time is against me. The air in my home feels colder now, each room echoing the betrayal. I decide my first move is to seek allies, those who might help me unravel this conspiracy against me. I drive to my sister Laura's house. She's a private investigator, discreet and sharp as a tack. If anyone can help me find the truth, it's her. The roads are nearly empty, and my mind races with every possible scenario. What if I can't prove my innocence? What if I lose everything? Laura opens the door before I even knock, her brow furrowed as she sees the distress in my eyes. "Mark? What's wrong?" I step inside, my hands shaking as I hand her the photograph. "I need your help. Marianne is divorcing me. She thinks I cheated on her, but I swear, Laura, I was set up." She studies the photo closely, then looks up at me, her expression turning from concern to determination. "Okay, let's figure this out. First, we need more information about this woman and any possible connection to Rick. We spend the next hour brainstorming and setting up a plan of action. Laura agrees to dive into the woman's identity in the photo while I decide to visit a few mutual friends who might have seen something that day. Next, I meet with Jenna and Tom, friends who work in the building next to my office. We sit in a crowded cafe, the murmur of other conversations blending with my growing anxiety. Jenna frowns, stirring her coffee slowly. That day. Yeah, I saw Marianne come into your office building. She looked upset. Tom nods in agreement. She was talking to Rick outside, seemed pretty intense. I thought it was just business stuff. Their words are like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle slowly fitting together. Did you see her go inside? With anyone? Jenna shakes her head. No, but she didn't leave alone. A woman was with her, though I didn't get a good look at her face. The plot thickens with each revelation. Someone is orchestrating this against me, and the evidence suggests Marianne isn't just a victim in this deceit. After thanking them, I make my way to the office. I need to confront Rick, face to face. The office is quiet as I walk in, most of our staff nodding or offering greetings. Rick's door is slightly ajar. I push it open without knocking. Rick looks up, surprise etching his features. Mark, what? I know you're involved in this, Rick. Jenna and Tom saw you with Marianne that day. What are you playing at? He stands up, his face flushing with either anger or guilt, I can't tell which. Look, you've got it all wrong. This isn't what you think. Then explain it to me. Make me understand why my wife and my best friend would do this to me. Rick hesitates, then sighs, sinking back into his chair. It's complicated, Mark. Just give me a chance to sort things out. But I've had enough of evasions. No more chances, Rick. I'm finding out everything, with or without your help. As I leave his office, I know I'm alone in this fight, but I'm not backing down. Whatever it takes, I'll clear my name and expose their treachery. The battle lines are drawn, and I'm ready for war. The city's evening lights flicker as I steer my car through the crowded streets, each stoplight a moment to gather my thoughts. My next stop is crucial, Elena, a tech whiz and an old college friend who specializes in digital forensics. If anyone can dig deeper into the origins of that incriminating photograph, it's her. Elena's office is a high-tech fortress nestled between nondescript warehouses. The security guard recognizes me from previous visits and waves me through. I find Elena surrounded by monitors, her fingers flying over a keyboard. Mark. This is a surprise. What brings you here? Elena's tone is warm, but her eyes are sharp, missing nothing. I hand her the photograph without preamble. I need to know everything about this picture. Where it was taken, who might have tampered with it. Anything. Elena takes the photograph, her gaze intensifying. I'll need a few hours. Can you wait? Nodding, I settle into a chair across from her workspace. Time crawls by as Elena works, her screen's a blur of images and data. Finally, she turns to me, her expression grave. It's been digitally altered, she declares, pointing to a series of images on her screen that show clear signs of manipulation. See here and here. The shadows are all wrong. This was staged, Mark. Someone went to a lot of trouble to set you up. The revelation hits me like a physical blow. Can you tell who did it? I can try to trace the original file, see where it came from. Elena's fingers are back on the keyboard, her focus absolute. While Elena works, my phone buzzes. It's Laura. Mark, I've got something. The woman in the photo? Her name is Celia. And guess what? She's connected to Rick, she's his ex-girlfriend. The pieces of the puzzle are fitting together, forming a picture more sinister than I had imagined. Rick's betrayal is deeper than a simple business squabble, this is personal. Elena interrupts my thoughts. Got it. The photo came from a computer registered to, oh, this can't be right. What is it? I lean forward, heart pounding. It's registered to an address owned by Marianne. Your wife. The room spins a little as I absorb her words. Marianne, orchestrating this whole charade with Rick, possibly using her connections and his desire for revenge against me. Mark, you need to be careful, Elena advises, her tone serious. Whoever did this is playing dirty, and they're not done with you yet. I stand, my resolve hardening. Thank you, Elena. I know what I need to do now. As I leave her office, the night doesn't seem so dark anymore. My path is clear, and my allies are in place. It's time to confront Marianne and Rick, not just to clear my name, but to expose their deceit to the light. They've underestimated me, thinking I would crumble under their schemes. They're wrong. I'm going to fight back, harder and smarter. The game is on, and I intend to win. The day is gray, the sky a blanket of unyielding clouds as I approach my home, where I've arranged to meet Marianne and Rick. My hand trembles slightly on the steering wheel, not from fear, but from the adrenaline of impending confrontation. Each turn of the wheel brings me closer to the truth, to the end of this tortuous path. As I pull into the driveway, I see them both waiting on the front porch, Marianne, elegant as ever but with a tightness around her eyes, and Rick, his usual confidence replaced by a cautious stance. They know why they're here. I don't bother with pleasantries as I step out of the car. I know everything, I announce before they can speak. Marianne crosses her arms, a defensive gesture. Mark, let's talk about this inside. No, here is fine. I keep my voice steady. I know about the photo, Marianne. Elena traced it back to you. And Rick, Laura found out about Celia. Rick shifts uncomfortably, avoiding my gaze. Mark, it's not what you think. I cut him off, raising a hand. Save it. I'm not here to listen to more lies. I'm here to tell you both that I'm not giving up everything I've worked for. Not without a fight. Marianne's facade cracks, her composure slipping. Mark, please. This isn't just about the photo or the money. There's more you don't understand. Then explain it. Now, I demand. She hesitates, glancing at Rick who nods slightly. Taking a deep breath, she starts, it's true, I set you up. But not for money or revenge. It's more complicated. I did it to protect us. Protect us? By framing me? My confusion mounts with my frustration. Yes, she insists. Rick and I were threatened by someone we dealt with through our business. They wanted to use you to get to us, to exploit our ventures. We thought if we pushed you out, it would keep you safe, keep you out of the crossfire. Rick interjects, we planned to divorce you, take the business, and make it look like we were vulnerable. We wanted our enemies to think they could push us around, but we were setting a trap for them. My mind reels, processing their words. So you sacrificed me to save yourselves? And I should believe you did this to protect me? It was wrong, Marianne admits, but we were desperate. The weight of their betrayal is immense, yet beneath it lies a sliver of doubt. Could their convoluted plan be true? Did they really stage all this as a misguided effort to protect me? As we stand in silence, a black car pulls up. Two men step out, their eyes sharp and assessing. Rick steps forward, speaking quietly to them. They nod, not taking their eyes off me. After a tense exchange, they leave. Marianne approaches, her eyes pleading. Mark, I'm sorry. We never wanted to hurt you. Please believe that. We've ended it. It's over. I look between them, my anger battling with an unexpected relief. If what you're saying is true, I'll need more than apologies. I want transparency, and I want back in. Full partnership, or I walk and take this story to someone who will listen. After a moment, they agree. Full partnership, Marianne confirms. As they leave, I watch the black car disappear down the road. The clouds begin to break, light spilling through. Whether a trick or truth, their confession has changed the game. I'm back in control, but on my terms. Trust might be forever damaged, but I've learned from this ordeal, always be prepared, always be vigilant. I step back into my house, not with defeat, but with a wary victory. The battle was unexpected, the alliances twisted, but in the end, I'm standing, stronger and more cunning than before. And as for Marianne and Rick, time will tell if this alliance can be mended or if it's merely another strategy in their game of shadows.